Hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and well, normally we would have an action figure review for a video like this, or an unboxing, but today we are just reviewing these steel steps. Now, I'm joking with you guys. If anything, I want you guys to take one last little gander at the arena. One nice little last look at the way this arena looks before we introduce the new piece, baby. Because I have the new WCW Nitro ring. So, really excited to get this out of the box and just see all the cool bells and whistles with this thing. But before I even get my self wrapped up in my thoughts a little too much, why don't I get my trusty old knife and we can get this package open, shall we? Well, we've got it out of its almost essential plastic prison because it does come in this nice big old beautiful box that I do plan on keeping, just because how often do you say you have the new Ultimate Edition WCW Nitro ring? Now, I can't front. I was never the biggest WCW guy. I didn't realistically grow up in the era. Of course, looking at all the shish on the back of the box, I was trying to get it from a different angle, but definitely not going to work out this way. So this is definitely a unique camera angle to have to look at a box for me. Of course, we got the fabric ring skirts, got the fabric turnbuckle, the turnbuckle covers and Nitro ring post, Eric Bischoff himself, and the ring itself. Now, I just hope I'll have enough time to build this thing before work, because I didn't really expect to get this bad boy today. So, why don't we take the old ring out? I'll try to get this assembled as quick as I can. No, it will not be on any sort of camera, so sorry about that ahead of time. But it'll be just like magic. You won't even notice this thing you won't even notice this thing moved. Alrighty, you guys, we are back. We've got the ring assembled. And man, oh man, am I really happy with how this turned out. Only thing I'm kind of shocked about, because I could have swore they were, was the turnbuckle padding itself being removable. And I'm not going to try to loop out them big buttons under and all that kind of stuff just to see if I can take it off. I might be able to, but I don't know if it's worth potentially breaking this just to have that kind of spot. I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me, do these come apart? Because I thought they did, because they reminded me of the authentic scale ring from back in the day where you'd remove these and you'd have the little metal piece underneath it, but not the biggest ordeal. That might be the only thing I got wrong on this when I ordered it, because like I said, I thought it had that feature. So I guess keep that in mind if you were hoping to be able to do stuff of that nature. Probably not going to be able to as easily as you would have thought. Kind of noticing a bit more of a bounce to this. I don't know if that's something on my end, especially because I did just kind of move this. So I did notice the ring definitely does feel a tad bit lighter than it usually does. So, I don't know. This should be a fairly interesting change, let alone a very welcome change at that. I'm trying to just see how the weapons are sitting underneath the ring, because I did set up some weapons beforehand. I don't know, I mean, maybe my table's just a little uneven, but it feels like it's got a little bit of a bounce to it, which is kind of great in my opinion. I like that. I'm not really complaining about that too much. Maybe, if anything, though, I just didn't push something in, because that'd be my luck that I didn't push something in. No giggity. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a little bit dumb today. I don't know. I might have to look into that and see if my table's just a bit uneven. So I don't know if that's going to be a problem for you guys, but I don't know. I definitely don't want my ring to be like jumping. Want it to be a tad bit more flush, but other than that though, I can't really complain. Honestly, I really can't. I'm loving the way this feels. I'm loving everything about it, between having all sides of the ring open. Love the little Nitro logos there. As I did mention, we've got the ring filled up with some weapons. That might be the only thing that bugs me, is the ring apron getting caught on the steel steps no matter what. But yeah, you know, other than those two little things, I am loving this so far. The feeling of the mat itself, to the turnbuckles, to the ropes, to the apron, everything feels really good quality. Even the mat, like the logo in the middle of the ring, they could have easily just given us like a sticker on top of the mat apron, but no, this is like actually embedded into the ring. It's nice. And to be honest, I can't even lie, at first I was almost thinking about just leaving the ring mat off and then maybe putting something like in similar tone onto this, so then it wouldn't be just a gigantic WCW ring, at least for the Fed. But to be honest, it doesn't really bug me too much. If it bugs you, I feel like that's just because you're looking for too much uniqueness, I guess you could say. Sadly, not everybody has the money to afford custom ring skirts and stuff of that nature. It'd be cool, maybe one of these days, but I'm not too worried about it right at this moment. Of course, though, with all that being said, why don't we get into this Eric Bischoff now, shall we? Of course, looks like there's a wee bit of tape that I gotta break, so my bad, because I'm not turning this off. And I definitely just fucked up that box, but that's okay. Everything is cool here. There's Eric Bischoff with all of his accessories and stuff of that nature. Really excited to open this up and get this out of the packaging. I don't know why I didn't think about it. I should have just kind of paused it, because now this is going to be fun to get this Eric Bischoff head scan out of here. So yeah, we'll be right back. Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got all the accessories laid out and our Eric Bischoff figure is a little accessory list, why don't we get into all of these accessories now? God forbid I could speak when I'm trying to say that. Of course, first things first, we're going to get the cloth t-shirts out of the way. We've got this nice little NWO t-shirt, almost a little see-through. I don't know if you noticed that, but you can kind of like see the stuff behind it. That's nice little fabric material there. Got a nice little white t-shirt, nothing too special. Got two different head scans. We've got his smirking head scan, and then you've got his more like straight face head scan. Of course, the hair mold looking really nice and stuff of that nature. I like both of these head scans. Kind of would be cool to see maybe more like an updated, not necessarily updated, but like a more gray hair and beard look on Eric Bischoff. I feel like that'd be really cool to see. Of course, first time for me, finally have a WCW like microphone. Not that it's really all that much special, but it's the first one for me. And it's actually kind of like the second retro one I own, as I do also have the Raw is War one that comes with the Ultimate Edition Target exclusive Raw review on the channel if you want to see that. Of course, we've got a set of pointer finger hands. We've got a set of slappy, I almost say handshaky hands, but I don't know. And of course, the last set of hands, a set of mic holding hands. He also comes with 2 different sets of arms. I think that was the first time I've ever heard an arm joint snap like that. Kind of sounded like the legs, so a little confused there, but meh. Anywho, doesn't necessarily matter. He also does come with a set of bare arms, and he also does come with the rest of the jacket accessory that, well, I would have hoped that would come on him. The jacket itself does look really, really nice. Just plain black. Got the nice gold accents and stuff on it though. That makes it really nice and it helps it pop out a bit. Same thing on the arms as you've got the little zippers and stuff of that nature. But now that we've gone through everything, why don't we take a quick look at the Eric Bischoff without any accessories on it? Maybe just like the bare arms and stuff, and yeah. Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got the Eric Bischoff set up a little bit, don't have a shirt or nothing on him, just the jeans look. This is something I'm absolutely happy we can finally say we have, and that's just mainly because, let's say, if I can find one that, isn't going to take me 5 years to find, I guess we can use this as an example, right? So, we've got this Eric Bischoff, all jeans and stuff, nothing too special. Of course, besides it being an Ultimate Edition, we popped the head scan off. Don't know how I just did that with one hand, if I'm going to be completely honest. But you pop a different head scan on it, and boom, put a shirt on this bad boy, and now we've got a promo gear for AJ Styles. Now, see, I don't know if a whole lot of people would have thought about that when it came to getting this figure, but as soon as I knew we were getting the Ultimate Edition Eric Bischoff, I just knew I had to have this for the pure simple fact that now I have so much accessibility options as far as promo gears go. Of course, just throw a shirt on it, maybe if you want, throw the jacket on there. And this is a really, really dope piece to just casually have for fetting, I feel. Let alone for the idea of action figure photography and or maybe just your display. But with that being said, why don't we get them all accessoried up and actually review the Eric Bischoff a bit, shall we? Alrighty, you guys. Now that we've got the Eric Bischoff all set up and all that cool shish, I can definitely say I'm loving the way the jeans look. I haven't done anything really articulation-wise, so you're kind of going to see me go over it a bit now, while I'm also checking out the articulation with you guys. Of course, the knees are moving pretty damn stiff, if I'm going to be completely honest here. Why I hate the pinless joints, because it feels like the legs are going to snap every single damn time I try to bend them. Of course, getting into the articulation though, we've got a little bit of head posability here. His hair kind of messes with it a bit. Either that or I don't have the head scan fully down on there. I'm not too sure. Excuse me. Of course, he's got the rib articulation a bit better than most Ultimate Editions, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. He's got waist articulation, not rib articulation. He's also got butterfly joints. Got the double joint in the elbow. His arm can bend out. His arm can swivel. His wrist can swivel. His wrist can bend. He can kick forward a pretty reasonable amount from what I just saw a second ago. Yeah, I'd say he can kick out pretty, decently forward. Of course, upper thigh rotation. As you saw a second ago, double bend in the knee. I think that's the same knee I just bent earlier, so let's try to get the other one on camera. It definitely does not want to bend as easy as I wish it would, but it did. Of course, no kick pad or shin cut. Got a little bit of ankle rock, toe articulation, and a little bit of articulation in the feet, but because of the jeans mold, you don't really get all that much articulation down there. Kind of a damn shame, but it's kind of how the jeans mold has been since, well, I guess you could say like Dean Ambrose. I don't know, I don't think Luke Harper's leg mold had any cut in it either, but I'd be glad to be wrong in that instance, but I don't think I am. Anywho, of course, so as you can tell, this does pose around really well. A little stiff, but honestly, what would you have? A little stiff or a little loose? No diddy. But, with that being said, why don't we get them all posed up? Give my final thoughts on not just the ring, but the Eric Bischoff itself. Alrighty, now that we've got the Eric Bischoff with the jacket, I did notice he's got the silver buckle on the belt there. Don't know why I just decided to mention that now, because I know I didn't mention it in the review a second ago. I do love the way the jeans look as well. It's definitely a really solid piece to have in the collection. I mean, to be honest, would I have ever thought I'd have an Eric Bischoff in my collection? No, but now I can use this for multiple different purposes, along with the new ring, which we'll be using from here on out. I'm actually going to be finishing up episode 10 in this, so, don't feel deterred, I guess you could say, from watching episode 10 if you notice the new ring is already all set up and stuff. I didn't get the chance to film the last at least 2 to 3 matches. I don't know, there might be an extra match on the card. Still haven't thoroughly decided on it yet. But, with that being said, what would I rate this Eric Bischoff on a scale of 1 to 10? I'd have to give him a good solid 8.5. For an Ultimate Edition, this move's really, really nice. Legs are my only true complaint here. And of course, with that being said, what would I rate this on of a scale of 1 to 5 stars? Because we gotta get our good old little Meltzer rating up in here. I would have to definitely say, as I'm a little distracted by a crowd member standing off a tad bit weird. And, well, more than one now, so I need to stop looking at the crowd. Hopefully I reset that up right for the Fed too. If not, you'll notice that it's probably changed for the next review, as I do have another figure to review. Anywho, what would I scale this on a scale of 1 to 5 stars? I'd have to give this a good solid 4 out of 5 stars. Almost damn near perfect, but not so close. Maybe an extra head would have been nice with this. That's the only thing I can really say. The t-shirts are a bit weird because they are both sleeveless, so I will be throwing that out there if you are kind of deterred from the sleeveless shirts. This may not be for you. At least as far as the figure itself goes. I don't know, it doesn't bug me, especially with having the jacket on. You don't even notice that there's no sleeves on that bitch. Anyway, with that being said, what would I rate this ring on a scale of 1 to 10? Now see, I've only ever realistically owned the shitty little Mattel spring rings and the old authentic scale raw light up LED ring. I've never had like the authentic scale ring or anything of that nature. So not just is this a welcomed edition, but it's a really, really nice edition. Underneath the mat here, you've got the fake wood planks that go across. The mat itself feels super good. The ring mats, everything about this just feels nice and high quality. Everything looks how it should. And for that, I'm definitely going to give this ring a scale of an 8.5 out of 10. Of course, maybe the only things I wish we could get with a ring like this nowadays, maybe see just like all black shit. Or like all clear stuff, give us like an all black ring skirt and a plain ring mat and non-red turnbuckle pads that can be removed. Personally, I feel like that would be super cool. especially with the idea if you're trying to build up on your own identity. Doesn't help when you've got an AEW Dynamite logo, a WCW Nitro logo, and a little bit of the bubbly hiding in your display all in one setting. But that's alright because we've also got the WWE logo on the announcer's table. We're stealing from everybody here at Damn Defiant Wrestling, so yeah. But what would I give this out of a 4 to 5 stars? I said this was, a good solid 8.5 ring. Maybe a couple of little things that would bump up the score in my opinion. Of course, that's just my opinion. Like assholes, we all have one. I'd have to say a good solid, 4 out of 5? Maybe I said that already. I don't know. I'm kind of getting a little lost in the sauce here. I'm super excited about this shish, mate. But with that being said, though, I do have that other review to do, and I am kind of getting sick of holding the camera, at least for this one video, especially because I'm going to have to do a bit of editing to splice the beginning and this video up now. So, yeah, with that being said, if you guys dig the review / unboxing, I guess you could say, feel free to leave a like. Maybe comment something in the comment section down below. Not asking for either one of those. If anything, the only thing I will ever realistically ask of any of you watching, feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe. Helps me out tremendously because the more people I see subscribe, the more likely I am going to want to make more videos. Just because that's more eyes that could potentially be on everything. Of course, everything that I do on this channel has a bit of its own flair to it. If you're into unboxing videos, you'll watch those. If you're not, maybe you'll watch the reviews. And if you're not into either one of those, maybe you'll watch the pick fed. Of course, we are currently sitting at 217 subscribers. Last I remember, 217 sounds about correct. Our goal before the end of the year is 250, if not maybe even 300 if we can reach the 250 goal. But for right now it is 250. We hit 200 about a month or so ago. So I feel like that's a really good accomplishment, especially for me. And yeah, with that being said, I don't really have much more else to say other than maybe go follow me on Instagram if you would like to. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really have much more else to say. So on that note, good night, good evening, good morning, whatever time of day you're watching this. Because I don't know, I'm not in your time zone. But if I were in your time zone, where would I be? Hopefully not in the place I'm at. Because goddamn, I'd feel bad for you. Anywho, with that being said, I think we're going to sign out of here. Deuces, ooses, and Kenny Omega comes in with a drop kick.